Welcome to FOH this week, Kenny. You've made me orange juice.
Well, I've made you something. I'm not telling you what it is.
We've got, we're doing a review of the Montecristo 80th, brought to you by the people who ran out of tobacco. Habanos SA. Well done, Habanos. Good work, Tabacuba. So 30,000 boxes of these have been made, Ken. Apparently. I'm thinking, given that the worldwide release was, I'm thinking less than 500 boxes initially. 2 years late, they've only managed to get 2 boxes to most stores. What a disgrace that is. And now they've run out again.
How many per box?
20. But if they make 3,000 boxes, it'd be a miracle. Dead set
Perhaps
miracle.
they're too busy running freaking Redskins.
They could run the Redskins.
No one does.
So you can pick the best one out of those two.
Like I care.
The Redskins lost this one. He's in a foul mood.
To Dallas.
He's in a foul mood. I can't cheer him up. It's actually, I've had a couple of these now, Kenny. I think you may enjoy it. I hope you do. But before we go, I mean, that's a perfect cigar. Beautiful wrapper.
Fat one.
55 gauge, guys, 165 mil. It's a big cigar. I don't like cigars this size. In fact, I hate cigars this size. Unfortunately, there's too many bloody good cigars this size in terms of flavour. And of course, these are tailor-made for the Australian market, where we're now paying roughly $740 a kilogram for tobacco weight. So it's just a joke. I think these cost about $2,500 each, stripped Australia. All right, let's have a look at them. So wrapper's good.
Everything. It does actually look like a lovely cigar. It looks as though it's been constructed superbly. Yep.
Aroma of cold. It's actually quite nondescript.
No, it's very, very muted.
I just took it out of the box too before it turned up. Very muted aroma of cold.
Yeah.
We'll be back to you shortly. Ken, first third of the Monte 80th. SOM December 15, I've mentioned it before. There's the box code on these. Your thoughts?
Well, you got very excited right at the start when I was thinking, for the first quarter inch or so, well, I don't see anything yet. And then all of a sudden it did kick in and away we went. But to begin with, I didn't see what you saw, but now it's got sort of a nice chocolatey.
But it's not an LE chocolate. It's a Montecristo.
It's
flavoured chocolate.
It's not that dark chocolate.
No.
It's more milk chocolate. That sort of creamy coffee character.
Well, while I don't like the size at all, what excites me about the Monte 80th is it's got Montecristo DNA right to its core. And it's a rich Monte
It's
flavour.
very balanced.
Beautifully balanced.
It's not a
smooth
bump.
as silk. Just super rich Montecristo. And I don't think there's been a better Monte made in a long time. I still would prefer Montecristo Especial, and that's because of the size of it and the richness that delivers to me. But outside the Montecristo Especial, if you want something that defines Montecristo in all its glory, then this goes really, really close. It celebrates Montecristo, and I think that's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah.
As an anniversary, it's supposed to celebrate
They've done exactly what they're aiming at, I suspect.
Absolutely. Except produce enough. Beyond that, done a great job. Let's see if it actually evolves over that next third, because this is where, in previous examples that I've had, and I've got good mates in the trade who smoked a fair few of these, and I smoked one with Foxy, and where were we? We were in Shanghai when we smoked that one there, and I know that he puts it down as one of the best cigars he's ever had.
Yeah, right.
That comes back to the festival release. Now I've heard others say that too, and I haven't actually had a festival release cigar, so I can't compare the two. But let's see if we can get a bit more depth.
It's the same. I mean, they do that with things like that. You'd like to think it would be consistent right through, but I suspect there's a little bit of picking and choosing to make sure we get the.
They've had some duds. Like, they've had some duds. My favourite was always the Cohiba Grand Reserva that they released, and they presented it in the varnished little boxes of twos. Yeah. And of course, the varnish was so wet when they boxed them that the only thing you could taste out of those cigars was the varnish. They do screw up.
Yeah.
But we'll be back to you shortly. And Ken's slowly coming in a better frame of mind after.
Don't bet on it.
Don't bet on it. No, skins are still hurting. Attention. And this wine's magnificent. This wine, Ken, is called Heartland 1, Langhorne Creek. Real vanilla notes in that, which I think actually goes
works
well.
pretty well with this, yeah.
Works really well with this. The Heathcote wines are, or Langhorne Creek.
Nothing, nowhere near.
No, Langhorne Creek, but these,
Yeah.
they do have a vanilla note to them, do they? Don't they?
Cabernet Shiraz. It's one of Ben Blates's. So,
Quality.
yeah.
Good stuff, Ken. Glad you brought out something decent. So, mate, that's not a cheap bottle of wine either.
No,
It must be in the good books. Back to you shortly.
I just couldn't be bothered looking for something cheap.
Ken, second, third.
I'm starting to get some of that younger, almost slightly. There's a real nice cashew, honey brittle character, but there's also some of those younger, sort of. It's not
Tari?
Huh?
Tari notes or
Not so much tarry, but
metallic?
just tending a little bit to there without getting right into metallic. Just a bit young at this stage.
I've lost that creaminess.
Yeah, the second third
that.
to me has not been anywhere near as although except for those nice nutty notes that come through,
Yeah.
it's not quite as exciting as the first third.
Surprising because I've had a couple of these and that's the first time it's happened. Let's see how it goes in the last third.
Maybe it's just all these sporting results that are leaving a bitter taste.
Well done, Bucks, today, hey? Get tailed by 33 points. Nice work. Jameis, we're with you. Hey? 4 interceptions. Can't go. It's all uphill from here. No, it's all good, mate. It's all good. But anytime you can have a half decent cigar on a Monday afternoon,
It's probably
it's
not
not
bad.
bad. Not bad in a glass of wine. You can't go wrong. I would love to see this just turn around a little bit in that. It's not a bad cigar by any means in the second third, but it it was a really, really good cigar in that first third.
Yeah, I must say,
I'm going to back it.
I did not expect it to dip
fall away.
quite like it has.
All right. Well,
It's
here's a hint.
still good.
Here's a hint. Light it properly, and
Yeah.
and we'll just light it properly. Give it a chance. Give it a chance in this last third. But right now it's an 89-point cigar in this
It's gone
second
from
third.
93,
94
94.
to 89.
Yeah.
So
Probably about spot on. 88, 89.
yeah. So let's see if it comes back into that realm, which I'm pretty sure it should, given on past experience.
But I'd be holding out some promise for the future, though. I don't think these are going to be in a couple of years.
They're going to be cracker cigars down the track.
Yeah.
In the end, they're not cheap cigars, mate. I mean, they are.
We don't have cheap cigars in Australia anymore.
Mate, even internationally, not cheap cigars. It's only $20 a box, which is the new trend, I understand, coming through. $20 a box, but
Same price for a box of 25s.
well, mind you, I know in Australia because we've just increased, tobacco tax to $12 million a box, or $12 million a kilo. But a lot of the cigarette companies now are making boxes of 18 or packets of 18.
What are they normally?
20
What are
or
they?
25. Yeah.
Oh.
So now instead of passing on the duties, what they're doing is just making 18
So you
cigarettes
get-
for a pack.
Pay the same money and get less.
Yeah. Well, same principle that biscuit manufacturers do, or even liquor manufacturers do. Instead of doing 750ml bottles, they're going back to 700ml bottles, and they're going back a little bit less. People perceive it being the same sort of value. Only idiots perceive it to be the same sort of value, can I tell you? But
I think there are some restrictions. See, now that thanks to Brexit, we might be getting back the old Sir Winston pint bottles of champagne because they were illegal under Brexit, under the EU, because the EU said you can have this size,
So
this
Paul
size,
Rogers.
this size. Well, Pol were doing them. They did them originally for Churchill, but they weren't the only one. Other producers did them as well. But then they were made illegal because they did not fit the size that you were allowed to have. So, but now they're talking about bringing them back for the English market.
I'm all for that. Great champers. Back to you shortly. Richness has come back in.
It did, but it's sort of faded again for me. And look, to me it was a good cigar, but for everything you've heard about these, I expected the overall...
Better. I've had better ones of these.
Yeah, I hope so. I mean, I wouldn't be rushing out.
Jesus Christ.
Yes?
Caught it.
Caught it. It landed on your gut. At least with that shirt, no one will ever tell. Yeah, I would have expected
90, 89, 90?
no more than 90 overall for me.
89, 90?
Yeah, and a bit of that's potential.
Really disappointed. No, I'm disappointed a little bit on this one here because I've had so much better ones than this. From the same box.
For all the...
Jesus Christ, I mean, honestly, from the same box.
Yeah, but that happens. But
yeah,
for,
but not for two.
Yeah, that's the thing. It's interesting. It's two.
It's two cigars in the same box. I'm not quite sure why.
And we've had fairly similar experiences.
We have all the way through.
I'm actually not certain that yours might, from what you've been saying throughout, is a bit better than this one.
Oh, maybe, but it started off so well. But it lost focus in the second and last third. Okay, it got better than the last third for a period of time, and it's lost focus again on that last third.
The Kirk Cousins of cigars.
The Kirk Cousins of cigars. Just... it's frustrating. It really is frustrating because I've had some great ones of these.
It's just as well you haven't got many to sell.
It's not.
Oh, there you go.
No, thank you, Habanos. Nice work. But would you pick this over Monty too?
If you came around next week and said, try, here's a Monty 2 or this...
A great Monty too that I've picked up, yeah.
I'd probably try this again because I'd want to see whether or not it wasn't... But if... Yeah, I mean, I'm certainly not hanging out to rush off and...
It's so disappointing because, I mean, again, expectation is such a big thing when you're running cigars. And I brought these across knowing I've had some great ones out of this box and this one hasn't measured up. Maybe there's expectation. But then again, you can only rate it as you have it on the day.
But if you've had better ones...
I've had better ones. I mean, I've had great ones. And then there's other guys around the world who I respect who points to one of the best cigars I've ever had. This doesn't even come close to the best cigar I've ever had.
You wouldn't be even thinking that.
It doesn't even come close to the best cigar I've ever had. I've had 96s, but this is no more than 89, 90 for me.
Look, it started off at 93, 94 maybe. So you thought, okay, this could be really good. I mean, it just hasn't lived up to it. Yeah.
Just died, honest.
Little flashes here and there, but...
it's the way it goes in the world of cigars.
Yeah.
It is, really.
Oh, okay. What's about it?
Well, we've got some... I know you're away next week.
No, I'm here next week. Then I'm fishing the following week.
Okay, so when you're back from fishing, I've got some vintage stuff to provide you. Thank you, Bill List, who actually sent them through. But some spectacular stuff there.
Okay.
We'll do that then.
Well, his have been... Well, you're pretty much your saving grace this year, haven't they?
We've had some great cigars.
We have had some good ones, yes.
We've had some great cigars this year. In fact, overall, 2016 has been a good year for cigars. Mind you, we haven't seen a lot of our premiums come through, but that's... I don't mind that because we've actually gone back and seen some fantastic stuff such as the Boulevard 2 Boss #1, which I never even would have thought to go back and try. We've seen the Fonseca #1. We've seen some other cigars that we've just gone back and revisited.
I took a mix overseas, and of that, the one that stood out, I took a couple of them, was the Juan Lopez #2.
Yeah,
and
fantastic.
And they were as good as anything I tried. Oh, except for one of the old Partagas, I think it was the 03 LE.
Yeah.
D2.
That stood up.
Oh, glorious.
Glorious.
Yeah, absolutely wonderful.
I think we've got one of those.
Okay.
From one of the reviews.
Okay.
Look forward to it.
Fantastic.
Until next week. Always a great afternoon on the deck. Hasta luego.
It's supposed to be flashing.
Yes.
Okay.
Say hasta luego.
Hasta luego.
What are you doing?
Talk amongst yourselves.
This is how a professional assesses tobacco. Here we are. Don't you dare throw them up in the air. Oh, you prick. Honestly.
I got to entertain.
I'm bringing Quinteros. I just said. It's a juice with no alcohol.
There is no alcohol.
What's the use, Ken? What's the use, Ken?